The first thing that you do usually when you're learning a language is to sing the alphabet. Let's see. I've set the alphabet, the runic alphabet, to the tune of Shalom Aleichem. It's a song in Hebrew, and that really resonates with me with the runic alphabet because Shalom is gonna be like greetings, and then Al is Al, which is like all, like everything, and then Chaim is Chim. It's very similar to chem, like chemistry. And the runes really to me are a system of alchemy. It's understanding the concepts that are behind everything that make up all of the bonds and the reactions that happen with each other. Okay, so this is the runic alphabet in sung in the tune of Shalom Aleichem. Okay, Ansus berkana kendege was feugebo. Hagdasi sajera que no lagomanas. Naedot el perto kauna saedo soel taiwas. Urus wundro hingasturn Algis. Okay, so that was the alphabet. That was the runic alphabet. And if you look at the alphabet at a very short glance, I'm just gonna say like maybe one or so interpretations of each one of the letters. And you'll see that it kind of is like a set of instructions or a path, like a life path. And each one of these is I'll detail it later, but each one of them is going to be a specific concept as associated with learning as far as like science. And I think that's really the biggest reason why this language is considered the language of magic, is because I mean, what is magic? Magic is technology or understandings or concepts that maybe not everybody has access to. Okay, so Ansus is signal or seed. Berkana is environment, the world, like a shelter or a body. Kin is light or fire, or passion. Dayak is dawn or a returning of light, like an awareness. And then we've got Echwas. Echwas is horse, which is going to be now movement. It's also like a guide or a companion. Okay, so we've got A, B, C, D, E. A, the signal or impulse, so the spark. B, Verkana, is going to be a shelter or the body. C is going to be the light, like it's going to be the light, which is like having a passion for something, having a drive to do something. Dayag is going to be awareness. Echwas, E, is horse, which is going to be the ability to have an actual movement towards something. Okay, so that was A through E. F is feyu, which is literally cattle. Cattle is typically also going to be associated with wealth or resources. because that was the main source of wealth in those days with cattle herding and shepherding. And then G is Gebo, which is like gift or arrival. Hagdas. Sometimes it's translated as distortion, but it's also translated as air. So it could be like a new breath. Isa is I or ice. It's going to be like a solid or a stability, being self assured. Jera, J is harvest. And it's going to be like an equal return for the work that you've put in. Kano, it's the second fire. There is light, which is like knowledge or understanding. El is lago, which is like water or a flow or an edit. Manas, M, is an understanding of the higher power. It's also translated as self or man. Nayed is shadow. A lot of people interpret this bad, but what is a shadow? A shadow is a sense of dimension. Okay, so you got a person, and then you got a shadow. So it's like adding a sense of more dimensions. Othel, O is directly blood. But so what is blood? Blood is your ancestors. It's also the it's also like memory and instructions, because the DNA is the instructions that's in your body. Okay, P is Partho, which is hearth. The hearth is the gathering spot for everybody in a home or a village. It's the gathering spot where everybody gathers their fire or their passion and their knowledge and their understandings, and they gather it all together and they collaborate. Usually, Pertho is known as the rune of science and the science and magic. And that's going to be because it's a gathering of a whole bunch of different people who have had different experiences. So, kind of like the idea of presenting your scientific findings for peer review. The third fire. The third fire is Q or Calnus. And this one's gonna be like light or true sight, or wisdom. And then R is Raido. And Raido, it's like, oh, that's rad, dude. That's another way to pronounce it is rad. And what rad is, if you think about it, like radiation, it's gonna be the vibrational waves that you can't necessarily perceive super easily. And then soil is unity, wholeness, connection. Taiwas is the warrior rune. The warrior is like the graduate or the elder or the champion, the one who has been through this entire path and is still like doing good. U is Urus, and that one is ambition or an understanding of your own personal willpower. And it's also in being able to have intentional purity. V is wunjo, or also sometimes it's said wine or win. And that one is translated as joy. It's a comfort. It's a comfort in having a stable pattern. a stable repetition that leads to comfort and joy. Ingas is W, and that one is fertility. But also, if you think about it from a science standpoint, it's going to be the ability to replicate an experiment and have the same results. So it's gonna be in being able to repeat your successes. X is thorn or thorn. And this one, I interpreted it with a little bit more of a biblical sense, and that's gonna be in the seeds that are spread among thorns, the good seeds that are spread amongst others that are very, very competitive and want to crowd you out and want to kill you. What you do is you evolve. It's about adaptation, development of tools, and being able to continue along your own personal path, regardless of what the others are doing around you. Okay, and then there is Yur, which is yew tree. The yew tree is known for in a lot of different traditions, especially like the Christian monks and everything like that. They perceive the yew tree as being the tree of resurrection. And this is because when the tree is broken, wherever it breaks and wherever it falls down, it regrows a new tree. Okay, so as this pertains to a human, that would be whenever anyone damages you, and whenever you get broken, then your own personal self, your own personal mother tree, it regrows, and you have more of yourself within yourself. Um, and then the last one is going to be algis, and algis is Z. And this one is elk sedge. Elk sedge, it grows along the river banks, and so the roots are very stable regardless of heavy water currents. So that's like having a solid foundation, regardless of the movements of any type of criticism, of any type of other movements. You're still stable because with elk sedge, it grows along rapid moving rivers. So it stays where it wants to be, regardless of what's around it. And then the second part of elk sedge is going to be that it has very, very sharp branches. The very sharp branches means that whenever anyone tries to grab onto you, or whenever anyone tries to possess you, then what happens is that person who tries to possess you, they get cut, and it draws blood, and it gives that elk sitch the access to the blood of another family line. Okay, so that's the path. That's the path that I have kind of like laid out, or that I've kind of interpreted. There are many other interpretations, but this is a way that you can actually practice this with intention, and to be able to use this first for psychic defense, and then also for like maybe changing the energy around you, so that things are going a little bit more productive, and you've got a little bit more unity around you. And yeah, so that's at a glance. We'll go into each individual letter a little bit more later.